Hey guys, welcome to this channel, Redline Performance. I'm here with Chris. This is his garage, and this is also his car here. This is a 2000 and what?
2001 Volkswagen GTI.
GTI. It's all black.
I've had this car for about 10 years.
Yeah, he actually taught me how to drive stick shift in this car. He had actually sold it and bought an R32, but then he sold that and bought this one back. So it's definitely a project now. The last owner didn't really take good care of it, but we are gonna fix it up, make it track ready. That's what you want, right?
Heck yeah.
And that's what we're gonna focus on this channel, is working on cars to make them either faster, you know, make them look nice. We were lucky enough to get MaxpeedingRods to send us a coilover kit for his car. So that's what we're gonna work on today. Here's the kit over here. It's all laid out on the floor. And these are the front struts, rear springs, and we got the struts for the rear as well, the shocks. And we're gonna go ahead and put that on and show you guys how we did it. And the goal for this car is to have it slammed to the floor, so we'll see how that comes out. Before we get started working on the car, something that I always recommend are these Gorilla Grip gloves you get at Home Depot or Amazon, anywhere really. I have them linked down below. These are the all-terrain grip, somewhat like my Jeep. Always wear these gloves. These have protected me so much from banging up my fingers and cutting myself, so yeah. And they are not a sponsor, I just really like these gloves. First things first, we're gonna take off the wheel. The rears on these cars are super simple to do. Anyone can do it. The fronts, we'll see, but the rear is super simple. All it is, it's like 3 bolts, right, Chris?
Yeah.
3 bolts and it's out. So first things first, we're gonna have to remove the shock, which is 2 bolts up there, and then there's 1 more bolt on the bottom down there. And that should give you enough leverage to push the arm down to take the spring out. So the top bolts are 5/8. We obviously love to use Milwaukee, one of the best tools that we use, coming from trades, so we'll use that on cars too. Now you just gotta do what Chris does every night and pull it out.
What?
Oh wait, you don't, huh?
Pull out.
We do have to save this mount that's up here. Pretty simple to take off, especially with an impact. And we have to put that on the new shock. What are you running on springs already?
H&R, the 6x2000.
H&R, so we're gonna replace those. So that's what it's supposed to look like without anything in there. That literally took less than a minute to do. So let's get the new ones on and let's show you how to do that mount. So this is what the kit comes with: the springs, this little spacer for the bottom of the spring, and the strut. So on the spacer for the bottom, what we're doing is, so we want to slam the GTI, right, Chris?
Yeah.
We're gonna slam it. So what we're doing is taking off the adjustment part from the bottom, and we're just running it without it. It's not recommended, but that's what we're doing, okay? Chris, what's going on with the sway bar? Look at that.
Well, it's been like that since high school.
You're missing the mount?
Yeah.
Hey, it looks like you're missing a muffler too.
Yeah.
Are you in California? So we're putting on some thread locker at the bottom. Comes with a screw and a washer. You're gonna screw into the bottom of that mount for the spring.
What was?
Okay, the spring, you can do it on your own. There it is. That simple to do. So we have the spring in now. Is time for the strut. Let me show you how we did the strut. You use the Milwaukee impact and it'll just come right out.
Is it on backwards? Yeah.
It's a lot easier with the impact, I'll tell you. Now that piece just slides out. And if you have this set up, the Bilstein, take off the bump stop. In behind the bump stop there is a little spacer. And then the new struts should fit perfectly fine.
We're gonna
Bump stop on first.
reuse our old parts on our new parts.
And again, use the impact to tighten that up. Okay, so Chris is putting the top mount in first. And I'm gonna show you the easiest way we found to install this. So first you're gonna wanna screw the top mount, which is just the 2 bolts. Okay, now the shock on the bottom mount, it is pretty tight, but the easiest way we found is with a mallet. Kinda wanna just hit it in there, and then hit it from the top of the body too, down. So it helps if you put a jack underneath so it doesn't keep bouncing on you. Just hit it at the top of the mount and it'll just slide in. It did. It was pretty easy. Line up the sway bar so you can get the screw in through it as well. There we go. So that's it. We got the whole spring and strut in here. That one's good to go. Now we got to move over to the front. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and lower it and see how low it is. And it also, the springs do have to settle, so that'll happen once we drive it.
It's like that much higher.
It's not on the ground. Doesn't seem like it.
Balancing.
Where is it on? What is it on? Or you didn't take it out yet?
Just balance on these two here.
What?
Just balance on the front, dude.
That's not good.
I know. Let's take this shit off.
Who's man? Who's man? Look at this guy. Yeah, he put the jacks in the middle, so it's teeter-tottering. Is that how you say it?
Hey, don't record that.
Check out the engine bay. New speed, everything. We got the hot air intake over here. We got the dirty engine bay. As the channel progresses, we're gonna do everything much better on this, so just make sure to subscribe so you can keep watching the updates. All right, so now we gotta work on the front. Easy, not too hard. We just have to take these off of the little clamps there. There's a bolt back here, and then it should slide out. If yours is rusted, it'll probably be hard. Okay, so we took the top piece off so we can put it on the new struts, and we should be good to put it on. All right, so that's what it's supposed to look like. And then in the car, this side goes to the bottom, this piece goes through the top, and then we put the other nut on top there. So what I forgot to record is how we took out the old one, and it has a nut at the top in the engine bay. We had to remove that. Had to take off all the wiring from the strut itself, like the brake lines and the ABS sensors, speed sensor, and the bolt on the bottom. We did have to hammer down the control arm to get the shock out, but it wasn't too bad. All right, so there's the strut. We just have to tighten it up, and then we should be good to go. Yeah. Low? Is that low enough?
I think so.
I think that's low enough. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to bend in the fender.
Here, they settled.
Oh, let me get the rear.
Dude, what the?
Look at the rear. Jesus. I can't wait to show you guys in the daylight.
Sick.
You like it?
I like it.
So it is the next day, and as you can tell, the Golf is lowered. So the back, it looks like we need to cut the spring a little bit just because that's the lowest that it can go on the rear. So we probably have to cut a spring, but the front, look at the front. Check that out. So we are gonna have to roll the fender. Chris is gonna do that.
Yep.
Because it is rubbing really bad. With these coilovers, it looks really nice how it is. So I don't know, are you happy with it?
Oh, I'm happy.
You're happy with it? I'm happy with it. That looks so sick.
Just need a little more low.
A little bit more low here. We'll probably have to roll the fenders and maybe like a little 10mm spacer.
10mm spacer, just so we night.
Oh, I still have the 10mm
I
spacer.
got my other ones too.
So yeah, so we can make it flush. Oh man, I'm excited. All right, so that'll be it for today's video. We installed the MaxpeedingRods Coilover Kit for the GTI, and I honestly think it turned out awesome. We do need to adjust the rear a little bit, but I am happy with the results, and we did take it for a test drive.
Oh yeah.
How did you like that?
Oh, I love the test drive.
It actually felt way smoother than the Bilsteins because they are blown. Anyways, check MaxpeedingRod out in the description below, and yeah, we'll see you guys on the next video.
Peace.